Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Reptile World Discovery. Oh my god, no. Okay guys, so minus that little mishap, today we're going to be talking about ick and fish. But before we get started with this video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Emma Sidores. Thank you so much for commenting on my post, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you guys are watching this, don't forget to go subscribe to my channel and turn on my bell notifications. I usually do this part at the end of the video, but I just thought it was appropriate to do it at the beginning. I don't know why. I am posting, because it is summer, I get to post at least 3 times a week. So I post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and my camera is doing what? Anyway, I'm posting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and my camera, the little tripod, I talked about this in a previous video. I think it was my last video. My tripod actually broke, and I'm not buying a new one because I super glued the little area, so it kind of shifts. So if you see the camera shift throughout this video, just kind of know that it's because my tripod is broken and the camera is sitting at an angle right now. But I still wanted to put this video out because I want to keep a consistent posting schedule, because I just think that it's really important that I keep posting on the same days. Obviously, when school hits next year, I'm gonna have to cut down my posting a little bit more. But for this summer, I get to post 3 times a week, and you guys get to see all of my content. And don't forget to go to my Instagram. I'm not really active on there right now because I've been more focused on my YouTube right now. And my ring light, I had to actually put a pillow on my window right here because the ring light already projects so much light off, and I didn't want to disturb kind of the atmosphere. But anyway, for this video, we're going to be talking about ick and fish and what it is and how to treat it. Okay guys, for this video, I wanted to kind of make my hair look nice because, as you can see,
I'm a clown.
So I didn't look like a total potato for this video. So I spent maybe like 30 minutes getting ready for this video, which I know, shocking that I actually spent time trying to look nice for you guys. But I did for this video because I just got tired about looking like a potato. And as quarantine opens up, I really want to, you know, look nicer so that I'm not like a potato and not just weird and slumpish. Is that even a word? Anyway, for this video, we're talking about ick. So let's get started. And what is ick? Okay, so ick is also known as white spot disease, and it's mostly common in freshwater fish, mainly in aquariums. And I mean freshwater tropical fish. Goldfish can get ick, but it's most common in that tank right over there, which is a freshwater tropical fish tank. Ick is an external parasite that clings onto the side of the fish or the outside of the fish and kind of feeds off their mucus. And I know when a lot of people hear mucus, they're gonna get grossed out. God, I hate my hair right now. Fish actually need mucus to stay alive, and they actually need it to stay hydrated. So think about dry skin cells. We put moisturizer on so that our skin doesn't get all dry and crusty, but fish need because fish don't really have, there's no like moisturizer you can put in a fish tank. And by the way, just disclaimer, please do not put hand lotion in your fish tank. It won't go too well. Like, we need lotion to hydrate our skin. Fish also need something that is called mucus, or as most people would call it, slime, and this just kind of keeps their skin and scales from drying out. Ick clings onto that slime and eats it up and uses it for its food. So ultimately, the ick is eating away slowly at the fish, and this will kill your fish if untreated. So ick is a type of parasite. It is not like the little wormy, squirmy parasites, but it is a type of parasite that clings onto the side of an animal. And when we say parasite, it is something that can live by itself, but it does need a host to cling onto. So without a host, it will not be able to survive. So a lot of people just say, well, then get rid of your whole fish tank. But there are other ways to treat ick, such as raising the temperature, which we'll get into later, or buying certain medicines that can also treat ick. Ick can be found in saltwater tanks, and if you do have a saltwater tank, I'm not the expert for you, but I'm gonna link some videos for ick and some saltwater tanks so that you guys can stay knowledgeable about that subject. So if you guys want, you can learn about ick and saltwater tanks and treat it, but just so you know, I'm not going to be giving that advice because I don't know how to do saltwater. I'm mainly just a freshwater fish person. So like I said before at the beginning of this video, there are lots of different treatments you can buy from ick. The one that I use is actually from, I think it's believed Aquaria? Okay, quick correction, it's actually from API, and it is the Super Ick Cure, and it treats white spot disease, as you can see right there. I feel like one of those people that's like showing off. But I highly recommend this product because I've had ick in pretty much all of my tanks before, and it works really, really well. The only thing you want to make sure that you're doing this is exactly following the directions on the back. Do not wing it. Do not think, oh, I'll just dump some in and that's fine. This can kill your fish, so you want to make sure that you're using it as the directions say, and then of course there's a measuring cup with the milliliters on the top. So just remember that you should be using that and the directions off the back, and make sure you are following them exactly so you don't overdose the tank. Another thing that I would suggest is this one actually turns the tank blue, and a lot of people will get freaked out, oh my god, it's gonna kill my fish, but as time goes on, it will turn back to the normal color. That blue bacteria inside, which I believe is called, this is called carbon 610, which is the thing that kills off ick. There are other kinds of chemicals that kill off ick, but this is the one that I highly recommend, and it will take care of it, and I think you only have to use it for a couple days. Just follow the directions on the back. It can be caused by the following things. You could have dirty water, which could attract the parasite and let the parasite grow. If you're feeding your tank or overfeeding your tank, then the parasite can latch on to bacteria that's growing in the tank. Make sure your ammonia level is stable, so you don't have a high level of ammonia in the tank. That is also another cause of ick, and it can just really latch on to sicker fish. And you will notice if your fish has ick, because your fish will start to look like that, and your fish is going to kind of pull back their fins and look a lot more sick and sluggish. They're not going to come to the food for the top. Sometimes they might sit on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. It all really just depends fish to fish, but you really want to make sure you're watching out for this. I always check once in a while. I'm like looking through my tank to make sure that there's nothing there. And if you have just like a betta fish that has ick, because betta fish can get ick, and also known as fin rot, and so you really want to make sure that you are, again, following the directions on the back if you're using a product like this, because if your betta tank is less than 5 gallons or 2.5 gallons, I believe it says on the directions on the back, it says for 5 US gallons. So you're going to have to do some math to try to figure this one out. So another way to treat ick that is a little bit more risky, not as much risky, but a little bit more natural, is to raise the temperature in your tank. Now, if you have, say, a goldfish and you're not supposed to raise the temperature because it is a cold water fish, you might want to refrain from using this tactic. But for something like a clown loach or something that needs higher temperature, raising the temperature by a few degrees, usually to about 80 degrees, will kill off ick, because ick survives in colder temperatures, and if you raise the temperature, it will speed up the process of the ick growing, and ick only grows for about 24 hours and then it dies. And how it restarts is it latches onto a host, or it just keeps breeding. So if you're able to kill the source of ick, you'll kill it from spreading around your tank. I also highly recommend that you would vacuum out the gravel after and before you put the medicine in, just to get some rest of those ick particles out. And if you see a fish that has ick, don't take it out and put it into another tank unless you have another tank cycled and ready. If you have a big display tank, it doesn't really matter, but if you're not going to add all your fish in a span of time of about a couple weeks, and you're going to keep adding it over time, I would highly suggest opening up a 10-gallon quarantine tank. You always want to quarantine your fish just in case one might have a disease. Look out, check that quarantine tank every single day before you go to bed, before you wake up, when you wake up, just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with those fish before you add it to your nice, beautiful display tank, because it would be really unfortunate if that ick spreads. Ick is a very, very aggressive parasite, and it will spread all across your tank if you're not careful and you don't treat it soon enough. So as soon as you see it, don't just think, oh my gosh, I'll just wait, it's going to die off. Go run to the pet store, the fish store, buy the API Super Ick Cure, cure your tank, and get it over with. You do not want to wait. As soon as you spot ick, do not let for the first couple fish to die, because once that fish dies, say the other fish go and pick at the carcass, it's going to infect them with the ick, and ick floats around in the water, so as soon as it attaches itself to a fish, you cannot get it out. I've seen other people actually try to scrape it off within the water, like fish surgery, where they'll take like a bobby pin and try to scrape it off. All that's going to do is stress your fish out and kill your fish and damage it, it's not going to take the ick out because ick actually sucks and embeds itself into the skin. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. If you guys want more videos on ick or fish diseases, go ahead and go to my Instagram and go to my Twitter and DM me and ask me what you guys want to see in my videos. Don't forget to go subscribe to my channel and turn on my post notifications. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys applied a lot of this ick knowledge to your life, and I hope you guys have a great day. And I'm trying not to make my outros too awkward, but I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye.